Hi, this is John Kavicki, research librarian and professor at the University of New Hampshire School of Law. Today we're going to take a really brief look at an interactive exercise helping foreign students who come to the law school recognize that they have transferable skills from their other educational experiences. The University of New Hampshire School of Law has law students who have come from around the world. We boast students from every continent in the country. We have had large cohorts from Asian countries such as China, Korea, People's Republic of China, as well as other countries including India and most of the Latin American countries. So it's quite a diverse place to study, and people form lifelong friendships. And this also demonstrates that for these dozens of students come dozens of experiences researching open and premium law and non-law platforms in their other educational institutions. So if you're coming to UNH School of Law, you could be coming to pursue a Juris Doctor degree. For example, if you're from another country and you have the prerequisite requirements to enter this program, then you can go in and get the Juris Doctor and perhaps sit for a bar examination within the United States. If you come from a country where the schools award law degrees as an undergraduate degree, and you've earned typically a Bachelor of Laws degrees, you can come to the United States, to UNH School of Law, and earn a Master of Laws degree, which is really interesting because in the U.S. it's considered a postdoc degree because lawyers get JDs, but in other countries, lawyers start and get an LLB first. Then, if you are a technologist and not a lawyer or a former law student, you can get a Master of Intellectual Property degrees. We were the first to have this degree available, and it was designed for intellectual property professionals of all stripes and colors from other countries who wanted to learn the intellectual property system and bring it back to their home country. Finally, if time is of the essence and really short, and your employer or your family can't lose you for more than one semester, the school offers a certificate in intellectual property that drills in the very basics of intellectual property law and practice and makes you articulate and functional within an intellectual property law setting. And we have many, many more degrees and certificates at the UNH School of Law. So the master students from other countries come to my research classes having very little, for example, the master students, or perhaps extensive research experience with the law students. So as I said, some have law degrees, others have technical degrees, but many of them have both. So they have used not only legal databases, but non-legal databases, both premium and open web. Some countries do have both, and others only offer open web platforms. Many countries of the world have somewhat disorganized primary sources of law websites. So it's quite a culture shock for many students to see some of the premium services. In the U.S., the two major premium services in a law school are Lexis and Westlaw. They have a long history in the U.S. of serving the legal research needs of the legal community. But compare that with the premium service Manupatra, which serves India. So the Indian students, it's easy to start a discussion and compare Manupatra with Lexis and Westlaw. Students from countries like China encounter premium platforms that they really often don't have a clue to know what to do with, because what they face in their country are open websites with one-box searches with content that's ill-defined, and so it's a real learning experience. So the trick is to transition them from what they know, from using their own native platforms, to using US open and premium platforms. And they do have transferable skills. Most of them just don't realize that they have the skills. So as we set the stage, for this exercise, I open with a brief discussion of one of the sources of law. Could be statutes, cases, regulations, or perhaps secondary sources. Number 2, I present a really simple factual legal issue. Number 3, I have each student, as a designated expert, shows the sources they would use in their country and how to use them to find the answer. And 4, we collectively, with me as mentor in the front, go in and try our best to answer the question using the premium US platforms, particularly Lexis and Westlaw, perhaps sometimes others that involve. So to wrap up, this is really about taking what you learn and realizing and applying it to something new. So it's really, if you think about it as librarians, you see it's basic database evaluation. So as you approach each of the platform, open or premium, you have to decide and look at what is the organization and what content is available and for what period of time. Then you have to look at what are your search options. Can you do a natural language search? What runs the natural searches? Is artificial intelligence available in the search box? Can you do advanced searching with fields? And many of the open websites are designed to fill in the blank, so to speak, to do field searching. And then, of course, on top of this lies, can you use Boolean terms and connectors? And this is another opportunity for you just to say, whenever you hit a new platform from wherever country you're working in, always look for that help button or that fields button or some button that will help you decide how this database is organized and how you can search it. And then finally, as an information literate legal professional, you have to evaluate the authoritativeness of each of the sites that you're visiting. When you're in the US, things are much easier. You can use premium platforms. The open web platforms are generally by non-governmental organizations, but there indeed are many that come from fringe groups or special interest groups, and you have to evaluate that as you go about it. And so same is true for what you probably teach.
It's 2 o'clock.
As well as teaching the law. So that's where I'm going to end. I hope that you find this interesting, this transferable skills approach with foreign students. And thank you for taking the class with me. I've enjoyed every bit of it, and have a great weekend.